金メダルあげたい。これ全部いっちゃう？エチオピアブースにチキンさんって女の人がいた。初代ブリュワーチャンピオンのおごもりくんです。優勝
3つ
チャンピオンワールドチャンピオンリーユーザー戦目指すよ。この人パラゴン作った人。この人ね、カナダのブリュワーチャンピオン。ビートリカこの人ちょっと優勝したからチャンピオンちょい悪親父に会いたくて、ちょい悪親父がおられるって聞いたけど、ここら辺ちょい悪親父おられますか？
おはようございます。
ちょい悪じゃなくて悪い親父。
すごい悪いやつなんですよ。
すごい悪い親父優勝。
ありがとうございます。
悪い親父。
ありがとうございます。
FBC さん今年何が一番新しい？リンク。
うわ
小宮さんが今一番欲しいリンク。
間違いないです。
間違いない。
あれ見せびらかすために置いてます。知ってます？あれ
見せびらかして隣で実演してる。
ちょっと向こう回りません？馬と一緒に。
向こう行った方がいいね。ニュークレウスという今オーストラリア発祥のね、サーシャセスティックというワールドバリスタチャンピオンズとか、あと NCD とかね、あとパラゴンっていう今大人気のところで最新がこのリンクという。
冷たい玉ですね。
そうです。金の玉です。
氷が閉じ込まっちゃう。
そうです。アロマがね 40% ぐらい消えちゃうものが残る。
素晴らしい。
で、カメラのリンクという 100g 焙煎機。
これ
100g も焼けるんですよね。
そうです。ワールドのブリュワーズチャンピオンシップでチャンピオンがこの豆使って優勝したりしてます。この間のプサンでも発表したんですけど、発売は昨日から世界で一番最初この SCAJ で、一般販売開始しました。
マジですか？
マジです。これはですね、焙煎してもすぐカッピングできます。
ちょっとしましょう今。
カッピング
お新しい。
Yeah, the thing to note here is it's very easy, but also the result is a very exceptional, I guess, roast that straight off roast we can enjoy. Something that's very unique about this is we wanted to rethink the way in which roasting was done, and can it be approved, or can we do things that are not currently done in roasting to make it more accessible, more practical, but also more efficient.
なぜ焼いた直後にカッピングできるんですか？
One thing that we changed and what I got you to test is this roaster's cold. Normally when you start roasting coffee, you heat the roaster up and you introduce the coffee into that roaster hot. I think the biggest question we had is, why do we preheat? Why do we do that? If you don't know, in the past, sample roasting is a relatively new thing to coffee, but we've roasted coffee always. The machines we have can't take the coffee from this room temperature to the roasted degree temperature in the time that we have. They're just not efficient enough normally. But what we realized with our machine is we have abundance of energy that we have no problems taking it from any temperature starting point to any temperature end point in any time frame that it's able to be done because we have enough wattage and voltage in this machine. So what we questioned, if we have no problem, is it really essential to preheat? And what we thought about is efficiency. If we don't need to preheat a machine and we're doing many samples back to back, if I can save time by just loading batches, I can save up to 2-3 hours in a roast day that you are more efficient, you produce more coffee in a shorter period of time. Now, by creating that efficiency, we created what you asked the question about is why can you taste this coffee fresh off roast? So the important thing to note is traditional roasters, we heat them up to very high temperatures and then introduce the coffee, which equalizes out at a turning point. Once you hit that turning point, then we start the roast. The thing to note is a coffee bean is very delicate. It's a porous material and it's organic material. Those very hot environments causes the outer layer of this coffee to rapidly shrink because it's porous, creating a seal around the coffee bean. and having an imbalance between the internal and external temperature. The issue in the roasting process is it produces CO2 as part of the byproduct of roasting, which gets trapped inside the coffee bean when we roast the coffee in a traditional sense. Now, as you've seen with our roaster, we put the green coffee with the unit and heat it together from ambient temperature, which means the green coffee is never experiencing a hotter temperature than it's going to go in the next part of the roast. So it's always increasing. It's a more delicate and soft approach to the heating mechanism, and it homogenizes the heat transfer internal and external, that we don't create that harsh seal, which allows the coffee, as it produces the CO2, to also the harsh CO2 to escape out the chimney rather than being trapped in the coffee bean. And this means that straight off roast, you have a coffee that has far less notable or detectable CO2 to our palate, but it doesn't mean that this coffee will age faster. It just means that it hasn't trapped it inside the coffee bean and requires as much degassing before we can access the flavor. Another very important aspect of this coffee is it's really looking into a lot of the details about the coffee itself. The movement is very important. This is what we call a pulsating fluid bed. If you see the movement, it mimics the turning of a classic fluid bed, but the rising and tumbling effect of a traditional gas roaster. And that movement's very important because the bean-to-bean contact creates and establishes different flavors in the coffee. Traditional gas-roasted coffee normally has more sweetness, more body, more depth, and air-roasted coffee has more clarity, more vibrancy, and clearer flavors. This link system brings it together and gives you a hybrid experience that is the best of both styles of roasting. I think some other really key features is just how intelligent the data is when we read the density and the process of the coffee and what that can tell us about the coffee. As you see, this zone here has predicted where the first crack is going to occur. And if we zoom in, you can see the yellow line is where the predicted first crack is. This little dot here is where it actually occurred. And it's within 2 seconds of where it's predicted to occur without ever roasting this coffee before. It just uses the data to select the roast plan, select the power curve, and select and predict when the characteristics are going to behave or occur in a coffee. And when we zoom out, there's a lot of things that happen in the back end. There's automated fan adjustments to increase the airflow for more clarity, a cleaner cup of coffee. There's automated precisions which allow the coffee to stick closer to the curve. The Link Roaster doesn't only create a stable environment, but also controls and factors in the environment factors around it. The temperature of the room it's in, the humidity or air density of the room it's in, and also the altitude that you're roasting at as well, in order to make smart decisions that the profiling system will work anywhere in the world that you take it, as long as you have the right voltage unit for the power supply that you have. So what we're going to do now is that same coffee you saw being roasted, we're going to prepare, grind and brew straight for you to taste.
Wow, so good.
Yeah, and this is a special coffee. So Nucleus, we like to make sure you have good coffees. We understand Saza loves geisha. We prepared for you a geisha coffee from Finca Deborah. So this is a lot called Tewa. This is the same lot that Taka used in the World Barista Champion ship in 2024 in Busan. So you get to try a coffee from one of the great coffee producers, fresh roasted, and see how the Link system, Paragon and other tools that we manufacture work. We're also using the UFO dripper, which is the dripper that Wataru used when he was competing in Brewers Cup. So bringing different aspects of the technology with the preparation, allowing you to enjoy coffee fresher, but also making it more consistent and easier.
社長焼けました。
焼けた。
はい。
うえす。
ゲイシャゲイシャゲイシャ。
イエーイ。
It should be around anywhere from 2,000 to 2,400 US.
Looks good.
It is pretty good. We're lucky to have pretty good coffees.
さっき聞いてたんですけど、コーヒーって多孔質で。
チャンピオン。チャンピオン。Come, please, please, please. あいつはこれ使ったはずだ。He's really brilliant. World champion. He used the same method, yes?
Yes.
Champion.
Give him the medal. It is the gold
Champion.
one.
Gold one.
Gold.
A pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
ちょうどいたね。
すごいゲストが。
Next year we do.
First place.
Let's play for roasting.
Yeah.
ちなみに ボアラの井上さんがここでお見えになりました。
もうビッグゲストがもう。
Also famous guy。じゃあshall we try？
じゃあ飲んでみましょう。今ちょうど焼かれたばかりのリンクで焼かれたものですね。We always say salud。
Salud!
Salud!
うまっ
Really good.
これなんかボディがすごい。Good body。Really good body。
Like you, good body too.
Aroma also. After taste. Long after taste. Taste good.
ああ美味しい。全然ネガティブな感じ。焼きたてにしてはないですね。
Just positive way。
Really good.
やっぱ井上さんどういうコーヒーがやっぱ一番好きですかね？
クリーンで甘いコーヒー。
僕も鹿児島行ったら井上さんぜひ皆さん鹿児島に行きましょう。
いつか行きたいんですよ僕もボアラさん。See you. Thank you very much. いやどうもありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。ボアラコイン井上社長でした。いやちょっと一発目から激しすぎますって。
一番水が美味しいところはどこですか？
コーヒーが美味しいところです。これは茨城県ではないでしょうか。
そうだから黄色い芸者持ったりそれ増やしたりしてる。芸者マーレロ。この人パラゴン作った人。
パラゴン作った
俺ベトナムで会ってて募った
コーヒー塾のコーヒー屋さん、JUKUCY COFFEEロースターズのオンラインストアではスペシャルティコーヒー豆を販売中です。塾長が認めた品質の豆だけを新鮮な状態でお届けいたします。詳しくは概要欄。